Well, good morning, fellow constitutionalists. These are my morning thoughts for February 15th, the year of our Lord 2016. I know it's been a while since I didn't have done one of these, but last week was so hectic I just didn't have time to get to these. With the new show format, and I'm going to let you know about that right now. I've cut the show back to 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. It's starting at 10 a.m. from 10 to 11. That'll help me in case I have to work a lot of overtime into the wee hours of the morning at my new job. I'll still have time to be able to get to the show and be rested enough to actually do it. And this is also giving me time. I've already got Tuesday's show already set up. So all I have to do in the morning is do the morning update and research the next day's show. So I'm actually advancing things a little bit more. I'm going to try to do a morning update every day. That goes along with the show. It's going to sort of take over the monologue of the show. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to go look at this for the monologue. So basically all of my listeners and those folks downloading on my podcast, we've changed the format because of my new job. So hopefully you'll like it. I'm going to try to pack more information in that 1 hour than I used to. I used to have a little bit too much fluff in the 2 hours. And I think that was just in the back of my mind trying to fill up the show. Not going to do that anymore. It's all going to be really good red meat information so you can have at your fingertips so you can do a better job of deciding what you need to do with your life. Now, on today's show, our condolences go out to the Scalia family. If you didn't know, Justice Antonin Scalia passed away on Saturday evening, apparently of natural causes. And of course, as usual, the Democrats and liberals and progressives out there are very tasteless, very insensitive to the whole situation. And there was a lot of vitriol on social media after his passing. And I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to share any of that with you because I don't want to give them any more press than what they're already getting. Antonin Scalia was a stalwart when it comes to the Constitution. He was a giant in strict constructionism of the Constitution, where he believed that the Constitution enumerated the powers of the government, and if it didn't say it in there, it wasn't so. The government couldn't be doing it. And we've lost that voice on the Supreme Court. And as usual, the Democrats are coming out because the Republicans said we're not going to allow the president to make a recess appointment. And that's basically what this is. A lame duck presidency is last year as presidency. Now, the president has every right to put forward the nomination. There's no time limit on that. And the Senate has to advise and consent in that role. There's no time limit on that. So they can stall it as long as they want. The Democrats, Harry Reid's out there talking about it. Chuckie Schumer's talking about it. But the problem with Chuckie Schumer, he's such a hypocrite. Back in the last 18 months of the George W. Bush presidency, he told them that he was not going to be allowed to make any more appointments to the Supreme Court. And he got the Democrat Congress to go along with that. So, hey, let's be hypocrites all the time, Chucky. So that's a huge problem with the Democrat Party, is their hypocrisy is on display. There's also Mike Anderson on Facebook shared with me back in the 1960s. The Democrats did the same thing. They passed a resolution to prevent Eisenhower from appointing somebody in a recess position. So the Democrats, it's okay for them to stop Republicans from appointing Supreme Court justices, but it's not okay for Republicans to do the same thing, use their own tactics against them. And then we're going to cover more about socialism in the on the show today. I have some show notes here. We're going to talk about how the federal bureaucracy, especially the watermelon environmentalists that are in the EPA and seem to be controlling the bureaucracy, or at least the agenda, how they, a while ago, 2010 was the last plant in America that was shut down making incandescent light bulbs. And come to find out, MIT has been doing research, and other people have been doing research. They've actually made an incandescent light bulb that's more efficient than the LED light bulb. So we're going to talk about how bureaucracies do not do any favors for free market capitalism. They actually hurt the consumer. because they don't know the consumer's want, needs, and desires. If incandescent light bulbs were supposed to go on the trash bin of history, the consumers would decide that, not a bureaucracy, especially not Watermelon Environmental. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how the federal bureaucracy and the people that work in that get paid 78% more than private sector workers. And that is an atrocity, folks. That is just inconceivable. It's gross. It's because they're looters. The government is a looter, and you can look that up. You may disagree with me on that, but they have to take our tax dollars to pay these people. These people do not do anything productive as far as making a profit for the government like a private sector worker has to. Like in my new job, I have to do the job in such a way that my company can make a profit. If they're not, they're going to get rid of my job. And it's just that simple. But the government never gets rid of jobs. They give cost of living increases and pay increases all the time. And even some of the bureaucracies, like the bureaucracy that's over Social Security, have denied Social Security recipients just a simple cost of living raise. Now, my views on that. I don't agree that Social Security should be in existence at all. It's another bureaucracy that's unconstitutional. But what's good for the goose should be good for the gander, but it's not. And this is the problem with bureaucracies. This is a problem with socialism in government, and this is a problem with the Democrat Party flirting with socialism, actually adopting socialistic point of views. So this is what we're going to be going over the show today. And I just let you know my job's going good. I had my first full day on Friday. Sore as all get out on Saturday because I hadn't done that much work in an 8-hour period for a long time. I do firewood, 3 times a week, but not anything like 8 hours like that. So I was sore, so I took Saturday off. I'm good this morning. I'm looking forward to going to work today and putting in a full work week this week. But like I said, I'm still going to do the show, still going to do my morning updates and try to put out a vlog every now and then, my original intent on deeper subjects and this morning thoughts has already went quite long. So we'll see you later on the show, folks, and hopefully have a great day, and God bless. Thank you.